What's going on, guys? I'm Joe Farewell, and today we're talking ammunition. Now, over the course of the next few videos that we're going to put out for you, I'm going to walk you through 3 different types of ammunition from G9 Defense. And just a kind of a background on G9, I started shooting their stuff 5 or 6 years ago. I use it for competition, I use it for my EDC, I've used it for hunting. It's a great self-defense round, and I want to explain to you the technology that's behind these bullets, these projectiles that they have created. Now, the first one we're going to talk about is the 9mm, and there's a couple different options here. What we're testing today is their 77 grain first response. It's a solid copper projectile that is barrier blind. It performs extremely well. It doesn't over penetrate. We're going to test it through ham. We're going to test it through body armor. We're going to test it through vehicle glass. And it's going to be a fun video to put together. The next one we're going to do is going to be a future video that we're going to put out covering the 54 grain solid copper barrier blind 5.56 round. Also phenomenal performance when it comes to hunting or self-defense and working through vehicles. The third one we're going to test out is the 308 Winchester. It's 145 grain, again, solid copper barrier blind round. And I want you to keep in mind that this is just a small portion of the offerings that G9 has. G9 does some incredible long-range ammo. I use their stuff for 6.5 Creedmoor. They also have some amazing law enforcement offerings that are armor piercing, solid copper pistol rounds, solid copper or solid brass pistol rounds, all sorts of different offerings that you can reach out to them and find out what they have available for you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the range and get some of this testing done. First thing we're gonna do is shoot ham with a couple of different offerings from other competitor traditional hollow points and FMJ rounds, and then we're gonna compare it to the first response ammunition from G9. All right, guys, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna test a Speer Gold Dot. This is 147 grain, 9mm. Then we're gonna shoot a Winchester Ranger. We're gonna check that down there, and then we'll follow it up with the 77 grain external hollow point. Damn! Okay. Well, that did quite a number on it. I don't know how conclusive this data is going to be with the spiral cut ham here, because it seems just to blow it all over the place. But we'll turn it around. I'm going to hit the Winchester. We'll put that right here at the top. Okay, and see what that does. Oh, what a mess. Put the Winchester to the top. That'll give us a nice big area for that at EHP. Okay, so that blew some big chunks off. Again, coming back here, right here you can see the entry hole, and you've got kind of an entry point here, and you can see the expansion channel as it cuts through this ham. Now, this is obviously not, solid meat, but it does a pretty good job of what we're looking at. Just testing some ammo. I mean, it's nothing super scientific, but it's a good time. All right, finally, we're gonna go ahead and put the 77 grain EHP in and see what that does. I'm gonna shoot this actually right in the middle of that top third. Stand by. Whew. Okay, so from here, you can see, and this is what I love about this ammo, it immediately goes to work. So the entry point here is freaking gaping. And then the exit, it did go through and it went through the plywood too. The exit down here, I put this one right along the bone. Look at this blown out ham here. All right, this went in right here, blew this out through here, and it's literally a fist-sized hole in the back. Pretty impressive. Let's get another one. We're gonna put another hit right in here. I need to grab a shirt real quick and wipe down. Nasty. All right. Jesus. There's freaking ham chunks all over me. Okay. Well, I put that along the top third of the ham, and you can see there's not much of the ham left at this point. Pretty much destroyed the entire thing. If you look on this side, it literally took everything and blew it off of the ham. The Speer Gold Dot did well on this side. Okay, kind of did a similar, but this literally split the whole thing in half and did a good job. All right, so I'm still picking ham chunks off of me, but I wanted to show you something real quick. The first 2 rounds we shot, the Speer Gold Dot was here, the Winchester was here, and then the second 2 were the EHP, the external hollow points from G9. And even those were going through, you know, layers of ham, they still maintained their accuracy, which is the whole barrier blind concept, which I think is really cool. I wasn't expecting to see this. I wasn't planning on that. I wasn't trying to get this exact same spot, but the fact that you see the big deflection from here and the big deflection to here, and then you have 2 hits literally, you know, within 6 inches of each other, and we were about 7 yards, almost 20 feet from the ham, and they're still maintaining accuracy. That's pretty freaking cool. The external hollow point, where it really shines, is in its ability to penetrate barriers and remain accurate, and it's not waiting for the bullet to deform to do its job. So the technology behind it is kind of like a propeller going through water, and it uses fluid dynamics to push all of the energy out to the side, and the bullet doesn't have to change its shape. It doesn't have to break the bullet, deform the bullet in order for it to do its job. It's coming out at a very high velocity. I think these ones are coming around 1,500 feet per second. We'll test that later on, which gives it really high performance in fluid and a lot of hydrostatic shock, I think is what they call it. I'm no scientist, it's not my job, but it puts a lot of energy into the meat. There's not an over-penetration issue because of the way that it hits, and it slows the bullet down as it's going through fluid, but it does penetrate barriers effectively. Now this has been fun, but the next thing we're going to test is how these hollow points perform with a piece of ballistic armor in front of it. We're going to be using some soft armor and see how it stops it or impacts the ham.